And we will see who they're rolling with right now. We got Olimar and
Pyra Mythra, it looks like.
Mythra, yes.
Yeah, it looks like Oz 10 is going to be on the Olimar, and Makheira on the Pyra Mythra. Is Makheira from Jamaica?
I believe so. I like that jersey. Jamaica jersey there. Colors for sure.
Yeah, very cool. And then you can see the country flags up at the top by their names on the gameplay screen. It looks like repping Jamaica at the very least.
Yeah, there you go. That helps it out right there.
Very cool. From all over the place. I love it.
So right now, a lot of damage taken by Oz 10 right now. Makheira is on the attack with Olimar. I'm sorry. Oz 10, excuse me. Oz 10 is on attack with Olimar there.
Makheira having taken 93% damage. We do have a purple Pikmin out, purple Pikmin being the strong ones for knockback. He's tried to throw it out there with the side B to send Makheira back, but nothing doing. Makheira on the driver's seat.
Yep, got to make sure. You got to watch those little guys, right? the characters, the fighters with characters, there's about a handful of characters in this game that there's more than one. You have Duck Hunt. You got to make sure, you got to watch what they're doing too, because sometimes they get in your way, kind of throw your rhythm off in terms of blocking and defending.
Through with the up throw. That was very strong with that purple Pikmin out, or the blue Pikmin rather. Now we have a nice little combo starting right here. Oz 10 continuing the lead. Makheira staying on the Mythra right now. You want to switch to Pyra at some point soon to try to close out the stock with the stronger attacks, but right now just trying to use Mythra's fast speed to keep ahead of the game.
Yeah, having Mythra doing the main character of the group is where you get all your damage dealt. Right now, Makheira is sticking to that.
Yeah, just swapped out to the Pyra. Now we get access to Blazing End and some of those stronger fire sword attacks that will knock back a whole lot harder. Tried to rip it right there with the F smash, but again, Oz 10 calmly shielding, staying alive, and trying to turn the tides.
Yep. So Oz 10 is in the lead, got 2 stocks down on Makheira. So Makheira right now just got to obviously stay steady, stay calm, because any fighting match, if you panic, then any defense or any combination that you're trying to put together will not be effective.
That really is the key right now, trying to stay calm and find your way back in it. Jab is a good indicator that you are staying calm, but charging a smash attack at the ledge makes me think that you're getting a little bit too hungry.
Yeah, you got to be mindful of that, because you never want to overcommit, because that's when your opponent can deal a lot of damage to you.
That is very true, and you don't have much more damage to be dealt to you. No. Luckily, able to close out a stock Makheira over Oz 10, but you still have a fresh one in the bag. And 80% on your own, it's looking tough for this game.
Yeah, got to make sure he sticks and moves, get some damage in, but don't take a lot of damage going into a major attack.
That is key. Using those grabs, again, grabs and jabs, those moves that don't tack on a lot of damage but help you with your positioning, it's usually a pretty good indicator of your mental space. Yeah. Are you feeling like you need to close things out quickly, or are you feeling like you can take it slow and do exactly what you said, be calm and patient with how you rack up the damage?
Exactly. Right now, Makheira sitting at 116 damage. Oh, and then falls out, which is also a main big key of mechanics here on Smash. Remember my first round of playing this a long time ago. I said, what? Man, I got to stay on the map too and fight? Like, man, what is going on here? But it is a part of the game. You got to master just as well as all the mechanics. And Oz 10 comes away with the first victory of the head-to-head matchup.
Yep, looking very strong on that one, too. This matchup in general between these characters of Pyra Mythra and Olimar, I would say it's fairly even. Probably Pyra Mythra favored just by the nature of having that sword, getting to bat away some of those Pikmin that Olimar is throwing at you, and then having that massive speed to start a lead. Yep. But this could be a matchup check issue as well. Pyra Mythra is a much more popular character in this game than Olimar is, and so if you don't have somebody that you are playing against regularly that plays Olimar, you might not know how to deal with some of these tools.
Yeah, because you got those 2 pikemen running around, but then with Pyra Mythra, is a sword player. Usually having a sword player, you feel it gives you advantage, but sometimes it may not, because the other player like Olimar that Oz 10's are using, he has a good mastery of that matchup, basically.
Right, and sword characters are an archetype in a lot of different video games and fighting games that people are kind of familiar with what they're looking for in general, but what Olimar is looking for is totally different. Like you talked about, there's characters like Duck Hunt that have the additional things you have to pay attention to.
Exactly.
If you don't have experience against that, you're SOL, for lack of a better phrase.
Yeah, and so what I do when I have to deal with that character here that has multi-characters running around, kind of like in the fray of what you're trying to focus on. I focus on the main character. And every now and then, if I could take a hit at one of the pigmen or the dog or the person shooting, and from Duck Hunt, I'll knock them out the way just to give them a little bit more damage. But my main focus is the main character is Olimar in the middle.
Yeah, it's not so much about how do you bat away what they're throwing at you. It's how do you get around it to bat the person themselves.
Yeah, because they use the other characters like the pigmen here. They use the pigmen as kind of like a shield. So you throw a punch and it actually goes to the pigmen and not Olimar. So that's a good strategy. You know, and when the players get good at it, like All-10 is right now, fending off Mythra there, it's just something that when they get really good at it, it shows.
Yep, you're not wrong about that. Also, am I seeing this right? We had a name change. It's not Madeira, it's Makheira, it looks like. So thankfully we got that one cleared up for you guys. Although, how much longer you're going to be seeing this name on your screen? Yet to be seen playing from so far behind.
No, correct. So we got an even matchup here in rounds, and I say match 2. We got 2 stocks to Madeira, actually down to 1 as I spoke, and now 3 for All-10, and All-10 has not given up a stock in the first 2 rounds right here.
Not at all. This is looking a lot like how Game 1 went. Still up 3 stocks at high percentage, and Makheira not able to close it out. Finally able to find it with the blazing and not able to DI that one out. So Oz-10 does go down a stock, but with so much room to play with so much freedom in how many stocks you have, how much percentage you have, you're really not that worried, I'm sure.
No, right now he has full control over it. And I think in Smash, it's almost like it's a courtesy where you at least get 1 stock on. Not though. I've been playing, traveling here to this trip. On this trip, I got delayed a lot on the flights and on the delays there. We got the win there by Oz-10 with Olimar, but flying here, I played a lot of Smash on the airplane, getting myself ready, thinking I'm probably play some casuals later, but it was always that kind of courtesy win I get if I was down 3 stocks or 2 stocks. The game somehow comes together. You know, we'll give you a win, a stock win right there. But for the matchup there, quick 2-0 winning by Oz-10, having full control. You know, complacency was there, focus, and having, basically knowing the map and making sure he